Being unrelenting and determined, I was able to finally get this resolved, as well as being absolutely annoying, but I had to get her to talk to me. This is how it happened, and this is the end of the 6-month nightmare. The lie that haunted my life is finally dead.
Please tell the full truth. Please tell them. Please tell them. Please tell the full truth.
But she was a self-proclaimed hacker.
Pretty much harassed me to try to force me to stop.
Crazy. It's like, why you gotta try to hack a bitch, right? Please tell the full truth.
But she was a self-proclaimed hacker.
Outcasts of people in her community, and not only Leif referred to her as a hacker. There were multiple people referring to her that way.
She thought about overwhelming systems and forcing me to stop.
Acting mad such as, isn't that fucking weird? Isn't it weird? Isn't it? She'll use everything that you've opened up to her about against you, and that no one else will trust you or better. It's twisted.
So it may help to understand how I got in this situation exactly. So where did I come from? If you guys have seen my previous videos, or especially the last one, you'll know that I dealt with a very traumatic event last year, and that after that, it was really difficult for me to work in my former industry, so to speak, that I had to start utilizing my IT skills and figure out a way to make that work. I went from a pretty stable living to just having my savings to eventually having basically nothing. I even got involved with some projects, one of them being a website that was aiming to be a Tumblr replacement. Unfortunately, that fell through, but I did gain some media coverage because of it being the outspoken person that I am. Able to use my IT skills and starting to get back into it, I started to network again with other women in the industry. I put up a website, started getting people interested in reading my articles, and was really proud of the work I was doing. But it was sometime in March that I came across a video, and in this video of a YouTuber that I find to be rather interesting sometimes, they mentioned a woman who was being harassed, which led me to look at her channel. A person that I had otherwise had no contact. She was just someone that I simply reached out to. And well, that story got covered as well. And the reason why I did it was because there were so many people that she negatively affected that I felt it right to stand up. And I did, while making a pretty badass video, I'd like to think. And while I covered what addressed me, I wasn't quite so honest about how deeply it affected me. And I had no idea how long this information would be doing damage to me. But this is where the seed was planted.
I've known this person for very long, but she was a self-proclaimed hacker.
Tried to overwhelm. She thought about overwhelming my system to force me to stop. So that person has since been banned from my server because at this point in my life, I just turned 28. No one's taking my fucking power away. And if you do try, you're gone. About people hacking into YouTubers' computers and threatening to override their system so that they're forced to stop. I see you, bitch. I see you. I know you did that.
Because I stand by what I say. I stand by my heart. I follow my heart, and I know my heart is pure.
But she was a self-proclaimed hacker.
Because what she does, she makes outcasts of people in her community, and I don't even, like, I would say she goes after them, but it's kind of like a petty thing. Like, she'll use everything that you've opened up to her about against you, and then she'll like kick you out and then like lie on you so that no one else will trust you or understand what you're saying to make her look better. It's twisted. It's twisted.
Hindsight's always 20/20, isn't it? That was some clairvoyant foreshadowing.
With the hacker situation, it's smart for me to just go straight legal. Just go straight legal. It's better for me to just go straight legal instead of, because yeah, I could make it a video and expose YouTuber who it is with receipts and expose the usernames, but that is risky and it wouldn't be smart, and I'm not interested in putting my channel.
Unfortunately, as much as I tried to reach out to people and correct the misinformation, the damage had already been done, and the accusation was serious enough and I guess scary enough that no one wanted to reach out to me to get the, I guess, my information, my truth, etc. And I know it seems redundant at this point. Like, oh, they're just, Lola's just gonna make "I'm a hacker again" videos. This basically halted my career for 6 months. Yeah, I am. And what's so unfortunate is that there's two types of ways that misinformation is spread, either with malicious intent or reckless regard. And it started off with malicious intent and continued for 6 months with reckless regard. Now, what I mean by the latter is that there wasn't a conversation that had a whole lot of research done into me or seeing a lot of really solid evidence. But what was, I suppose, damning was the fact that a friend of mine was in her server and it was presented in such a way that it looked sneaky. Now, mind you, Life of a Free Spirit had been dealing with a lot of rather stressful situations at the time with other YouTubers and other members. So put me in the equation as a potentially dangerous person, and yeah, I stayed the dangerous person. There was no way for me to talk to her directly. So her not knowing my potential level of sass or the way that I explain things, she got a video from me where a lot of what I said didn't seem to make sense. And because I was viewed as a threat, was easily misinterpreted. Let's just say that it didn't go over well. So, spoiler alert, I happened to find out that Callie really likes my reactions because I have an awful poker face. So, I'm gonna react to the video from where basically I had asked to talk to her, but before she saw the secret video I sent to her explaining the situation and me being snarky in a manner that apparently didn't pan out well. So, let's dive on in. Sorry, I have to add humor to this, it's kind of dark.
Give these people the direct attention. This needs to be handled legally, like this, or I can simply just go to the cops and the professionals and have them take it back. Yeah, I already submitted like the information to like my legal team, and I'm gonna be talking to my dad about it.
Hopefully they have a good picture of
This
me.
YouTuber had a hacker that they were like working with, and like the hacker had a friend that they sent over to my Discord to kind of disguise themselves as like someone like new. And
Disguise themselves as accurate. They were cosplayer, but they went to hang out. We'll get there.
yeah, I know. So the person disguised themselves as just like an innocent like member of my Discord, and I ended up making that person a mod.
Which I told you was really silly. But fortunately, and this is something that helped Callie and I kind of come to terms, the person that I sent over there is somebody that I've known for about 3 years and somebody that I trust a lot. Fortunately, the person that she did put in the moderator position was somebody that helped her understand the bots a little bit more, somebody that did understand the bots and helped her organize their server. So the spy was a good one.
Person had earned like a rapport with me, and like
Such a good
earned,
kid.
like some trust with me. Now I had people who were in my Discord who were almost messy daily.
Apparently you did.
And they were so damn messy.
I never really saw, and this is the thing, I got accused. There were people from the Discord, from Callie's old Discord, that thought I had their personal information. I never did. I didn't have anybody's. There was somebody that actually sent me a DM wherein they said that I had pictures of their family. Absolutely not. I think I knew like some channel names and that was really about it. I didn't know anything particularly about it. And the reason why I had my friend in there was because this is the best way to explain it. Essentially, Leif was basically like a 5-year-old child that was scared that there was a monster under the bed. And the servers that my friend went into were like the underneath of the bed. I basically had to show that I looked under it to make sure that nothing was there, even though I full well knew that there wasn't. So hopefully that makes sense. It was more to address somebody that was being absolutely paranoid. Hence how this whole thing got started. She is a writer. She's supposedly creative. I didn't like her work.
To the point where even when I would be gone and like at work or whatever, they would leave a trail.
Yep.
Now,
See, and someone's pointing out, Natalie, bad. Don't do that. That's basically when I got named. That, and I was named to pretty much apparently the Discord, because then that's when people started coming to me that I didn't even know. It really sucks when you're a person that's concerned about people's security and you've got people that you don't know thinking that you're jeopardizing. Ooh, girl, that's not a good look. When you've got people thinking that you're jeopardizing their safety and you're like, no, I want to help you. No, it really fucking sucks. Yeah. So this person said that that happened in Leif server. It never did. I set up her server and made graphics and made sure that everything run really well. People know that that's what I do. But at this point, nobody had a direct experience of me except for one person. I won't make too many faces. It makes the video longer. Natalie, should have shut your mouth.
Yeah. Whenever you're dealing with like hackers and when you're dealing with shit like that, it's better to look out for yourself legally. Oh yeah, I have screen name proofs. Yeah, I have screen name proofs. Yeah, but I'm handling this legally. I'm not gonna go ahead and do a video with receipts because that can make me a target, and that can also make you guys a target.
Fortunately, there also wasn't a whole lot aside from speculation. And I would think that if there was anything that was really against me, that it would probably be something that people couldn't see. Or it would be something that would be in an audit log or something. I mean, again, I still had no idea what I was being accused of, aside from the fact that apparently I made purchases, hence having receipts. I still don't understand those terms.
Hackers, they work internally with, computers and stuff.
I do work with computers. This is true. At this point, I became hell-bent on reaching out to you and getting in touch. But as you can see here, I was blocked. So I had tried reaching out to what seemed to be your friends or associates, and a lot of them had also blocked me as well, making it very hard to reach out to you. On March 29th, I sent a DM to a then unknown to me Realstream News. Due to this, I sent him a DM which may have been slightly above his reading comprehension level. This is, I would say, confirmed by the fact that I shared a link with him to an unlisted video which addressed you and the situation, but he decided to live stream it. The video was also shared with what I'm assuming was your Discord at the time, which was alarming to me simply because there was private information in it, mostly concerning the research that I had done for other YouTubers. And whenever I released the video on April 12th is when you decided to also release the unlisted video URL publicly. Because of the reasons I already mentioned, this was indeed problematic, so I set it to private, which had you questioning my intentions. As I explained to you later though, it was really important that a lot of that private information was not released to the public.
Coming to me saying, Lola wants to talk to you. Lola is just trying to have a conversation with you. I'm sorry, boo. No, I do not. How many of y'all came to me asking me to talk to this young lady? Into it, if I'm going through something, if I'm dealing with something, if something's on my brain, it's my damn Discord, it's my damn community. I can put whatever the hell I want to. The shit's already public domain. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had already went on.
If it's public domain, that means it's not hackable. What had been so upsetting was the fact that there were so many people scared of me, and that over time I basically had proved to groups or individuals that that wasn't the case. It had really gotten to me, especially since I was already going through and experiencing so much distress on my own. This situation was another thick layer of distress on top of it. While this situation had been going on, I had seen my psychiatrist. I actually had my meds increase to an amount of anti-anxiety medication that would keep most people bed. As I've stated in another video, have issues with what is known as psychogenic seizures. So whenever I am experiencing extreme amounts of stress, stress, I will have them. Sometimes they're not quite so severe, and sometimes they are severe enough for me to go to a hospital. Understanding how much this was affecting me, as well as preventing me from moving forward, is when I had genuinely considered some kind of legal action. However, my intention with it the entire time, and what I really was hoping the end result would be, was that I could get Callie to talk to me. Over the months, I tried to focus on different things. I tried to move on, but knowing that that was still sort of hanging in the balance, I couldn't function. I looked into what it would take, and a lot of people were doubting my word, and I can see why Callie did also, because a lot of the people that are in, I guess, the sort of subculture or subcategory that a lot of her content is in, these are people that will say things and not do them, whereas I will do something and often not say it. I had sought out legal advice. I had spoken to about 2-3 lawyers and some law students that were local. I had gotten advice and had also clarified that my situation did count as defamation. The thing is, though, if any of you guys know what goes into civil cases, they're a nightmare. And I was hoping that that would not be the outcome ever. I didn't want that to be the outcome. I was hoping that my efforts would at least just show I'm very serious. What I wound up doing was sending a cease and desist letter. Essentially, what that does is states that please stop these behaviors and do not continue them in the future. I was hoping that that would at least clarify my message, but perhaps the somewhat cold and formal tone came across as threatening in a way, even though I was trying to be as professional as possible. I didn't quite get the expected reaction on that one either. And I guess you could say Callie's reaction to that was possibly necessary because it's what got me to do the next and final thing that I did. It's what caused me to make the decision, which ultimately led up to our much needed conversation. Whenever you want to understand something and get to the truth, it's always so important to go to the source. Feeling stressed or upset or bothered, that doesn't have to be an option. Something by having a conversation and clearing up a misunderstanding, do it. That's yeah, are we gonna have this war and shoot bombs to each other? Or maybe we should just get together and talk in a room. Hurting somebody and their ability to pick themselves up after something terrible had happened to them. All I've ever tried to do is talk to you, and you've compromised my ability to be able to have some kind of work, basically. So after everything that I've just said, how much left of me is there to expose? I figured that by exposing myself, showing my vulnerability, and telling my truth in a way that it couldn't be argued that it was anything but my truth, that you would be receptive. And I was right. We talked finally, and you got to hear my story. You got to hear what I went through, what I experienced, and that I so desperately just wanted it to come to an end. That I had no hard feelings against you, and that I understood why you would believe certain things, why you would be hesitant. Surely with my charm, I would be able to have you understand that I am a very genuine person that truly does want to help others and hates knowing that there are people who fear me and think that I don't have their best interest in mind. That despite what you have told others, which was misguided and misinformation, that as long as we can move forward and that I can possibly be successful and have my life back and heal how I wanted to from the beginning. That's all I want. I just want this to be over. There's so much I'm capable of and want to do that I don't want another moment to go by where I'm unable to do so. I want you, your friends, and your community to know that they're safe, that they always were, certainly from me, and that all I ask is that you help me get back that place where I want. I knew that you weren't malicious. I knew that if you also got to know me, that you would realize I'm not either. I wanted you to see why that conversation was so damn important. Sorry, I tend to go all out whenever I'm making a point, but at least now that this is out of the way and that I can move forward, I can get to doing the things that I enjoy. And hopefully one of the ways that you can help me out is by utilizing links down below, which go to how you can support content, because this is me making a life for myself.